and get started.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We're going to start with the roll call, and you know how we do it. I want the PC to write a line in the chat, which is there, which Mihai wrote. Great, thank you. When you hear your association, please put a Y in the chat. And yes, okay. AFA posture, BFSO Belgium, SAPFON Bosnia and Herzegovina, BPHSA Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, USF Czech Republic, TURS Estonia, FIPSA Finland, ANEP France, BPHD Germany, GPSF Greece, HUPSA Hungary, IPSA Ireland, APSA Latvia, SFD Lithuania, MPSA North Macedonia, KEDO, ENDOPIDO, SDOBIDO, the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, PPSA Poland, APF Portugal, FASFRA Romania, NAPSR Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, SHISTFA Slovenia, FEF Spain, SNAP Sweden, ASEF Switzerland, TUPS International Turkey, and BPSA United Kingdom.
Yes, hello everyone. So now comes the technical part. It will take a little bit more time to check that everyone is here so that we can also put it in the spreadsheet. So I hope you can be patient for a moment, and thank you. Okay, so I think we can move on. One of the other PC members will make sure that we have everyone that is present on the spreadsheet. And now we can, apologies.
Before you find it, Era, I am really sorry, but we cannot proceed until Daniela announces the numbers of MoU voting members present and I resume the standing orders.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have 26 voting members present.
And I resume the standing orders. Let's carry on with the agenda, please.
Yes, thank you. So first, I believe we'll start with the knowledge transfer working group. Yes, Mihai with technical.
Mihai, President, on the agenda first we had membership rights and voting rights and membership matters. So please go back a bit. Let's discuss that and then we can move on to knowledge transfer working group. Thank you.
Yes. Mihai. Yes, Mihai with a new point.
Mihai, President, so I have added this point once again because working statement 10 is now, like the deadline has run out. And so the outcome is the following. Unfortunately, EPSA Cyprus did not pay before 2nd of November. So this means that they will lose the voting rights. I think yes, PC already took them out of the slide and corrected the number of voting members. This will mean that EPSA Cyprus will not have voting rights in any online minutes meeting we have until the next General Assembly. And the second thing I would like to announce the GA is that unfortunately Maya Albania did not pay their membership fees for 2 years. So starting from this point, they are frozen. We'll launch an investigation to see exactly what is happening with them, why we lost contact with them and what we can do to improve it. We will investigate this for a year and the outcome of it will be communicated to the GA next like 1 year from now in 62nd GA.
Thank you, Mihai.
To further add, EPSA did pay the fee, but since they were late with it, they will also become debtors to EPSA. They have 40% penalty as described by Torso. 40% of their membership or their regular membership fee. That would be all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mihai. To start, I will first pass membership facilitation to Bianca.
Thank you. So now we can move on to the next point on the agenda, knowledge transfer working group. Eva? Eva, you can go.
I'm sorry, I thought I unmuted myself. What I was saying is that I would like to share my screen with a presentation, but I cannot until you guys have yours on. I'm sorry. Okay.
I changed the settings to multiple attendants can share, so you can start yours before we stop ours.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think you guys can see it now. At least that's what Zoom tells me. So yes, for those of you who maybe don't know me, my name is Eva and I'm an EPSA alumna. And
we can't see the presentation, Eva.
You cannot? What's happening? Wait, I will turn it off and then I will try it again. Can you see it now? Ah, okay, good. So yes, I've been the one coordinating the work of this working group, and yeah, I will now just explain first maybe why we have this working group for those of you that are maybe newer and do not remember why it was made, and then I'll explain what we did and what the final tasks are for us. So yeah, to start with the explanation on why the working group was created. What has been noticed throughout EPSA's history is that we EPSA goes in circles quite a lot. So that means that a project is established and then a couple of years later it's dropped for whatever reason. And then a couple of years after that, someone again comes up with a very similar project, and we go in these circles and waste energy on things that we should know that they won't work. So here's where the knowledge transfer comes in, and I put a very simple definition of what knowledge transfer is on this slide, and I will not go into detail now. Then when we talk about EPSA, why is the knowledge transfer in EPSA such an issue? Yeah, it's because we have 1-year mandates, which means people change super fast. Information gets lost fast. If there's just one mandate, one position holder that maybe does not do their work to the highest possible standard, it's really hard to bring everything back because people do not remember what happened before. Then secondly, we come from very different cultures, as we probably all experienced at some point now, that some people are more direct, some people are less direct, and so on. So there can be issues with that. Then of course, especially this year, the remote work, not seeing each other, it's easy to just forget to do something. And similar to 1-year mandates, in EPSA, the membership turns over really fast because it's a student association. So yeah, we're only students for a limited number of years. And again, it's easy for a generation to completely forget what the previous generation did. And as you can see, I put on the slide a screenshot of a document from 1990 where they basically stressed the same out, the importance of knowledge transfer in EPSA. So far, until the creation of the working group, what we have in EPSA to help with the knowledge transfer is that in 2012, the EPSA Compendium was written, and it's basically a very crude EPSA history and some important EPSA information stored in there, like the names of the EPSA teams and so on. In 2013, the official handover period was implemented to help the next generation understand what the previous one did better. And in 2014, we got the EPSA Important Decisions document, which was made after a motion for it was requested by the members. And then the PC created it just to remember the most important changes in EPSA, like the fact that associate members that are already represented in EPSA by ordinary members cannot apply for membership, and so on, the really important details. And then, of course, what we have is as well minutes, reports, regulations, EPSA library, trying to store all the documents, trying to write down everything you did to hopefully help the next one understand why. And of course, team meetings where people discuss what's being done. In terms of handover in EPSA, like I said, it's not a concept that has existed for that long, but before the implementation of the actual handover period, there would be a meeting between the outgoing and incoming executives just at the end of the annual Congress. So the departure day, basically. And then soon, like when EPSA started growing and more projects, it's harder to keep up with everything. So they started writing guidelines and handbooks for each position to try and help exactly with the knowledge transfer. In 2006, they created the EPSA database project, which basically is what is very similar to what the library is now. And then, of course, the handover period was implemented to have a couple of months to really understand everything that goes into working for EPSA, because it's too much to understand in just one day at the end of the annual Congress. And then as part of the handover period, we started implementing handover seminars, position-specific handover guidelines, and so on. And last, about the current knowledge transfer in EPSA, we of course also have the strategic plans, and they were also actually a result of a member motion in 2000 to have EPSA have more continuity, basically, to not have each mandate do just something completely different to another mandate, but try to continue with the work for multiple years. Okay, so that was the short introduction into why this knowledge transfer working group was created, which is basically to try and improve the knowledge transfer in EPSA further, because there's still a lot of room for improvement, as was observed in the many years before. So these, okay, where's the slide now? Yeah, these are the people that have worked as part of the working group in the last year, because we were created at the last Autumn Assembly. So they've all helped to varying degrees, and you can see everyone here. And now I will just explain what we did in the last year, basically. So in terms of the EPSA archives, they have been kept almost from the beginning of EPSA, but in printed form, because yeah, obviously in the 80s, they did not really have the internet yet, so they had everything printed. And we had them at the EPSA permanent office, which at the moment is PGU office in Brussels. Then during the 2016-2017 mandate, the Brussels interns and the Secretary General, we met in Brussels at PGU to check these archives, and then we scanned almost everything, and we moved the archives to the EPSA house, because EPSA house is now bigger than it used to be, so it could host all these boxes of archives. A year later, the team again met in Brussels, and we cleaned out and organized the archives, because different mandates put a different amount of documents in there, so not everything's there. Sometimes it would be just minutes, sometimes it would be all possible other documents like motion sheets and so on and so on. And we threw out everything that was doubled and organized everything into folders in the EPSA house. So what happened now with the knowledge transfer working group is that we have also checked the EPSA team email accounts and cleaned them out and saved everything that was interesting, because the library was created in 2015, and before that they would store documents on Dropbox and so on and so on. It was in many different places, so documents were getting lost. And on the other hand, also the team email accounts were too full and were starting to crash, because there's a limit in terms of how many documents you're allowed to have in your account. So that was done, and those were moved into online archives. And a couple of weeks ago, the archives that were in Brussels arrived to Slovenia to be scanned to their completion and to be checked. So that's what was done with the archives so far. And then that's of course not the only thing we did. What everyone's been doing for the last year is then reading all of these documents, not all of them, the most important ones, and try to take notes on the most interesting facts, developments throughout EPSA's history. What we also did is make a list of the names of past team members, LSs, NIMPs, and so on, to have a list of people that could be EPSA alumni, but maybe are not, because a lot of them are not, since the alumni project did not exist in the beginning of EPSA. And yeah, of course, everything remaining from the Brussels archives was read as well, and notes were taken. And yeah, just some other things that we did in the meantime is we wrote some EPSA blog articles. We wrote an overview of the development of EPSA minutes and reports for the executive during the handover period. We did a couple of handover seminars on EPSA history, and we also wrote the EPSA team email management advice to try and prevent the situation with emails being too full that happened last year. So that's what's been happening. It's been a lot of work because it's a lot more documents than we expected. But we managed to read everything we had a couple of weeks ago. So now our work is nearing completion. There's still a couple of things left to do, which I will explain now. So the first thing that we need to do, of course, is organize the information that we have extracted from the EPSA archives. And the plan is to write compendium annexes. So the compendium, as I said before, is a document with the crude EPSA history. What we want to do is to have annexes to explain how each project came to where it is now. So me, Anda, an EPSA alumna, and Mavina, the previous GPSF LS, have been working on organizing these archives right now, these annexes. And once finished, they will first be sent to the alumni to provide feedback and fact-checked everything that we found in the archives. And we expect to be done with this in the next couple of weeks. So you can expect to receive the first drafts of the annexes quite soon now. The next thing that we're doing still is to try and come up with ideas on how to share what we did besides the annexes, and to maybe get some more people excited about EPSA's history. And for this, Oana, the events coordinator, Andrea, the Edu Affairs coordinator, and Mihai have been helping me come up with the ideas. And we are currently implementing them step by step. For example, this week, there was an activity organized at Meet Me Fair. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was hard, but the idea was to show how all of the member associations contributed something to EPSA in the past 40 plus years of EPSA existence. Next, Marlene, the LS for AFOP Austria, has been working really hard on preparing the EPSA membership history. So basically, what she's doing is collecting information on when each member association joined EPSA, when they maybe left EPSA for whatever reason, the names of past LSs, and so on and so on. Maybe some articles that were published in the EPSA newsletters about your associations, etc. So she's been collecting this now. I will also check the Brussels archives that are here now to maybe take some more screenshots of stuff that your associations did. And then we will send this to you so you guys can read about your history in EPSA, but also check it, and maybe you guys know something more about what you did in EPSA in the past. And it would be really cool to know how each association acted before, what they organized, and so on. So you can expect this quite soon now. It will definitely be sent earlier than the compendium annexes. This is the first thing that you will receive. Then, of course, I was talking before about the archives. It's also time to finish them online. We have the Brussels archives organized now, but the plan was also to move them online so they are accessible to everyone in the same way as the EPSA library. So what needs to be done now is to set up a plan and execute it, and I will be the one working on it. And I will be doing this after the compendium annexes are finished. And of course, the members and the alumni, you will all receive emails in case you guys maybe for some reason have some old EPSA publications or whatever in your offices, on your laptops, whatever. If anything can be found, it's awesome. If not, it's also not that big of a problem, because I think we found most of old documents already. And then together with Sorina, VPPR, we've been discussing also creating a photo database of photos from past EPSA activities, old designs that were used in EPSA, so on, because I assume everyone would enjoy looking at that and just seeing how everything changed in the last 40 years. Right now, we are just setting up a plan, and then we will start contacting for photos and so on. But this as well will be picked up more after the annexes are completed. So we didn't do much here yet. And then what we also, as I said before, we've been taking notes on the names of past team members, LSs, and so on, everyone that could become an EPSA alumni. And once this is done, we will contact Carolina, the alumni coordinator, to check this list with the list of alumni currently in the alumni database, just to see how many we have, how many are missing, and from which years. And then we will try maybe to reach out to at least some over social media to see if they would be interested in joining the alumni pool. But if they're not interested in joining, to at least maybe hear some of their EPSA experiences and maybe do an article or something on what they've done in EPSA. And now the last slide. Once all of this is done, what of course needs to happen is for those compendium annexes to be harmonized with the current compendium and the handbooks and the IDD, so that there is not double information in different documents, because obviously some handbooks have some history of the projects in them already. So the handbooks will be a bit shortened, and that will be moved to the compendium where everyone will be able to find the EPSA history. And this will all be available in the 61st GA package. So you will be able to see the changes. The changes will mostly be made to the compendium and the important decisions document, not so much to the handbooks. For the handbooks, it will be just removing the parts that explain history. And then, of course, we will have to also harmonize the EPSA library and the archives and agree on what goes where, how fast things move to the archives from the library. And what we discussed with the executive is to also write short recommendations on how to approach all of this in the future, like how to make sure the archives are updated and things are not lost, how to make sure that the compendium and the important decisions document stay updated, but also not too long, because after your mandate, you of course think a lot of the decisions that you made were super important for EPSA, but it's also important to maybe sometimes remove some of the old decisions because they're not that important anymore, or they are so well implemented that they don't need to be super stressed and so on. And yeah, we'll also discuss the whole organization of the team accounts with the executive and everything to try and really prevent the situation that happened last year with the accounts just getting too full because no one was cleaning them. And yes, I've come to the end of my presentation. Before I stop talking, I just want to again thank everyone that was part of the working group. As you can see, a couple of working group members are staying on to help with the finalization of the tasks. So a big thank you for them as well. But everyone really worked hard this last year. It's been a lot of work, even though we don't have concrete results yet, but we're close, and we will soon be spamming you with the emails. And of course, thank you to the executive for all the help and support, and for allowing us to have this quite long presentation now. And then if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you a lot for your presentation. Mihai?
Hey, President, I would also like to thank you, Eva, and the whole Knowledge Transfer Working Group for the incredible amount of work put in. And to keep it short, I will also have a short suggestion. Maybe at the end, to see exactly what was done, maybe to have a little report or something approved in the GA as an official document, so that everything is noted down, where everything is explained how it was done and so on, just for knowledge transfer and for future reference.
Eva?
Yeah, Eva, alumna. Yes, I completely agree. I actually noticed that when we were reading the archives, that in the past working groups would write reports for GAs and team meetings as well, and no one knew about that. So yeah, I definitely agree that there should be a report on everything that's been done.
Are there any more questions or comments? I see nothing in the chat, so thank you, Eva, for your presentation. And we will move on to the next point on the agenda, that's future EPSA events. And we won't start the share screen now because we will have the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021.
Hey everyone, I hope you hear me well. I'm gonna share my screen.
Hello, Gauthier. Yes,
H21.
share your screen, but please wait until we give you speaking rights. And meanwhile, I will pass the facilitation to Eileen.
Thank you, Bianca. And Gauthier, if you want to type an I on the chat, I can give you the right to speak. Yes, and you can go and start your presentation.
Thank you very much. Okay, so to share, I think that's here. Okay, I got some just issues for 1 minute to share. Okay, so you can see. Tenter Wi-Fi. Okay, so now we can go. So for the agenda, I will just try to make you some updates about every point of the holistic educational registration finances for the organization of annual Congress in Lyon in 2021. So for the logistic, most of our service providers agreed with postponement. We didn't have any problem in oral, but contracts are not finalized due to actual situation in France. Actually, they are mainly focused on dealing with actual sanitary crisis. So we cannot sign any contract here with our service providers. And all stakeholders work on SAFE 2021 and allow reopening of university first. So we are not their priority. So, as I said, for the university, actually, they cannot confirm us work areas. So we are just looking for many solutions. But this decision is because the university area is closed actually in France. So the situation will just move on. So for SE 2021, we will may be able to book more amphitheaters to deal with press reductions. And partner booth shall take place in common spaces, coffee break, but coffee break too, but not as a buffet. Oh, you got issues to hear me? Oh, fuck. I'm just trying to fix it. Without video, it's better. Okay, so I'm sorry if you didn't understand. Should I go back in my presentation, or you almost understood what I said and what you see in the presentation? Okay, perfect. So for the logistics, the social program, it's okay. No, yes, we work on replace nightclub by a bigger place to be okay with sanitary situation, and if we have more restriction with this, and we're flex about sightseeing and parties organizations. Next step is to define sanitary protocol for all parts of social programs. So for parties, nights, gala, everything, and even for the entire week, we will have to work with with authorities, and we need more informations that we have right now. Yeah, Jess? Oh, okay. I don't have a. I'm sorry.
Can I go?
Yes, yes, you can go. Sorry.
Thanks. What does? Can you go back to the last slide? Go to sorry. Yeah. What does reflection about sightseeing and parties organization mean? Does that mean
we just oh.
Does it mean that you're going to think about it and come back to us? Or, sorry, I just don't understand the statement.
And yes, Gauthier, you have the facilitation, so you can just give people the right to speak and you can answer by yourself now.
Okay, excuse me, I'm not very confident with all these processes. So to answer you, we just, I'm sorry for the, okay, so here we are. Sightseeing is just, we are gonna to visit other places that we had already for the social program to see if we don't have any better offer, a better place, bigger place, as we mentioned it before. So we just are gonna try to visit more places. I hope I answered you. Welcome. So I'm keeping going. And for the registrations, so that's quite a big part of my presentation. Don't hesitate, any LS or team member to ask me questions if I'm not clear. So we sent a new form at the end of October. I hope you received it. Actually, we had only 66 answers with 41 attendees wanting to postpone. So that's a really good news because we had a good proportion of persons that want to come in 2021. But we have only 66 answers. So we will just publish it on social medias. And please just make sure that all persons fill this form and the past form that we sent during the summer, I guess. Yeah, Mihai?
Mihai, President, one short question. Are you sure that publishing the form over social media would be the best idea? I would be afraid of people filling it in just for the fun of it and not actually having like only the participants that registered answering to the form.
Yeah, to answer you, yeah, that's a good point. We could just do with mailing, and yeah, that's only for Facebook's Congress group, and that's just the point to have everyone filling it. So if you can in your country and your associations pass the word and just make them fill the form, it would be really nice. And for the agenda of registrations, there is no changes for now. We hope to proceed on refund in early 2021, as we told you before, I guess. And I will just explain the financial situation and the possibilities we have in next slides. We have 2 or 3 scenarios that we managed to think about. And for the registrations, we just are looking for to delay the registrations for IC 2021 to have more visibility on sanitary situation. As you possibly know, in France here we are confined at home and everything like this, and situation is just changing every 2 weeks. So even 1 month for us is really beneficial to have more visibility on registrations. Next, registrations. So as I said, that's just possible scenarios. We just are trying to work on everyone, and I'm asking you to your ideas and advices and everything on this. We have those three possibilities: the full offline Congress with, as I can say, quite normal sanitary situation, with every attendees can come in the Congress and normal situation. Next to that, we have a mix of online and offline Congress with a bit less attendees to fit with sanitary situation, with safety protocol, with masks, tests, and everything that we could settle to make sure the physical Congress can happen. And parallelly to that, we would like to make as many workshops as possible accessible online. So during the Congress, people who couldn't have a physical place in the Congress could just have the possibility to follow the workshop online. And the third possibility that I hope we won't go to that, but there is the possibility of an online Congress. Actually, we cannot know how much Congress places could be open. As I told you, the situation is not okay for us to know that. It's depending of postponed attendees and also to safety protocol and official delegate situation. So we make sure that all OD spots are kept for the association for AC 2021. And for the PST situation, we think that's not a good idea to keep the PCT in Paris, sadly. And we just are looking for canceling it if it's not really possible to make it, or moving it closer to Lyon with many activities to do. Okay, no problem. We will see at the end. So now for the finances. Currently, we submitted a new grant for Lyon. We submitted financing application of another grant that we had confirmation, and we will just receive the money normally in the upcoming weeks. And Caroline, our treasurer, works on forecast budget and anticipate as many situations as possible. Now for the reimbursements, these are proposals. Nothing is just fixed already, but currently this uncertain situations makes very complicated to make an accurate provisional budget. However, we are working on different possibilities for refunding attendees. First possibility is to refund 50% in January, February, and 50% around the event. The second possibility is 40%, 30-30, or almost something like this. And everything of this will depend on the financial adjustment we can make between now and then, and with discussion with EPSA treasurer. So I will just explain you those possibilities in the next slide. I'm sorry for this slide. It's a bit complicated. The most important you have to see in this slide is just in the up left corner. So as you can see, if we have right now to reimburse everyone, every attendee, we have more than 100,000 euros to spend that we do not have actually. Because as you can see, just in the right of this this number, we have already around 76k euros insured with partnerships with revenues. So already here it's not possible for us to just refund 100% directly. And even the first possibility, as I told you in the slide before, 50%, if we refund 50% directly in January, it will be very difficult for our organization to make sure that the Congress can happen and can be prepared mostly for the logistic part, because we will have many expenses to do if we normally can prepare this Congress. So I don't know if you have any question on this, but we can still talk about this. So I finished with the financial part. For the communication, in October, we made a poster for EPSA newsletter, communications about breast cancer awareness month. And in November, we are preparing Movember communication and RC 2021 presentation too. So please just, if you can share those communication, it would help us a lot in Facebook and Instagram mostly, but too in LinkedIn and every social media. And more to come, we will have registrations, vaccination, safety protocol maybe. That's just ideas for right now. So we had to brainstorm a lot about this Congress and the organization of this Congress for every single part of this. And we are trying to anticipate every possible sanitary situation, which is really, really, really difficult. So there are remaining questions. What if we have to make a 100% digital Congress? That's not our wish. We would like to offer a hybrid event. But this is a question, and if you have some ideas and everything like this, you can do not hesitate to propose, to contact me or anyone of the team. There is no problem. And so I don't know if you have any question. Ayub, yeah.
Ayub Mubsa, Turkey. So what will you do if it goes fully online? How do you think you can pay the money back? How do you think you can refund? Or how much of the money will you refund? Can you give us a percentage or something? Thank you.
Okay, Gauthier, AC 2021. For your question, we just first of all, we just will try to make a physical Congress, even if it's less, if it means that less participants can come, but that will be a real priority for us. And second of it, I cannot give you an answer, a precise answer. I'm sorry about this, but it's really depending of first of all actual partnerships or 2020 partnerships, and two for the partnerships we could contact and obtain this year, and then we will have a better vision of this. Yeah, Anna?
Wana, event coordinator. Yeah, thanks for explaining, Gauthier. And also, this is a very long discussion, which is going to be thoroughly investigated by the EPSA team as well. So we're going to have a lot of meetings on this, and we'll keep you updated because, as you know, the situation is really uncertain now. So we'll have many discussions on this as we proceed.
Okay, so first, Katie.
Kathy KMPC Netherlands. We have a question because one of our OD registered for the last AC 2020. Well, she will no longer be OD and a new OD will register. My question is, will the last OD have to deregister as a OD and re-register as a participant if she still wishes to join? Because otherwise we have like 3 people registered as official delegates. Thank you.
Gauthier, RCAC 2021. Thank you for the question. We just have to discuss this point with EPSA team. This is not fixed already, and it will depends too on the number of spots available for the Congress. I hope I answered to your question. Yeah, there's direct.
Mojca, SSFD Slovenia. When you're going to discuss it with the EPSA team, please keep in mind that some of us registered as an ODs. However, the fee was paid by us, not by the not by our organization. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. I got your question. There is no problem on the point that we will find a solution for people that were OD and paid their sport personally. So we will just fix this, and there is no problem for this. And Clarice from my team would like to add something. Just go for it.
Thank you, Clarice, IC 2021 registration officer. Please keep in mind that you are registered as a representative of your association and not as an individual. This will make the refund process much easier for us if you can make internal arrangement between OD 2021 and OD 2020 concerning the refund process. Of course, we can find arrangements on a case-by-case basis if the number of ODs differ or if it's too complicated for you. But please, if a big part of you can make an internal arrangement, it could be better for us, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Clarice. So there is a new point right now. Just taking back Mojca.
Mojca, SSFD Slovenia. You mentioned that you would prefer a hybrid system with less participants. What happens if a lot of participants want to postpone and not to get their refund? And that means that there's more registered participants than you can accept. How will you decide who can come to the Congress and who can't?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So we will see. This is actually a proposal. And this question is not to be discussed only by RC. First of all, it really depends. I would like to say I'm sorry. That's a bad answer, but it really depends because, you know, if you have just only 50% less than in normal, it could be okay. So, but first of all, you have ODs and everything like this. So we will see and just discuss with EPSA team. We cannot take this decision alone. I hope I answered. but don't worry, we keep it in mind. So AFOP, there's a new point.
Marlene, AFOP Austria. We were wondering if you've thought about promoting a promotion strategy, especially for a hybrid Congress, since the promotion should start soon and we're in the middle of a second wave and countries locking down? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Of course, we will have a communication plan and everything with a hybrid Congress. Actually, because that's our only proposals, and I wanted to see it with, first of all, EPSA team and with you too, to have your what you think about those possibilities. So this is not fixed, and we didn't begin the work of communication on a possibility, but we will do, and we'll anticipate it, of course. So if this point is down, we have BPHD.
Korean BPHD Germany. Sorry, I'm quite lost because I was also not LS of BPHD Germany by the time the Congress was supposed to happen, but I wanted to make sure I understand everything right. You are thinking to reimburse the participants either in January, February, and before and around the event, or in portions, but in any cases not before the new registration period for the, so to say, or will there be a new registration period? First of all, second of all, will participants have to pay participation fee again? And if yes, I think you have to clarify very soon how the reimbursement is going to happen, so that they know how to plan. Sorry if the things are already clear, but I'm not quite aware.
Thank you for your question, Mihai.
Mihai, President, these are a lot of questions and are they're very well placed to be also here. If Gautier wants to answer now, I would have absolutely no problem with discussing everything now. But I would also like to propose to have this all on the agenda of the next online LS meeting. And maybe in the meanwhile, the EPSA team can have a meeting with the RC to discuss exactly how to tackle registrations, refunds, and everything. And then after that, maybe we can come ahead once we have everything on the same page and we can explain what the whole process will be, and maybe just avoid some of the questions by presenting everything. Because if we start to discuss everything about the future registration program at the moment, I think we'll be here for quite a long time, and I don't think everything is settled at the moment.
Thank you very much, Mihai. Just to add in a few seconds, we do not want to make every single person in an uncomfortable situation. So we have to take every idea and every discussion with all parts. Excuse me. So APEF.
Inês APEF Portugal, we would just like to remember you and also Anna that with this pandemic situation, major of our events, and we believe also the other members too, went online or hybrid with these. And in case if you have to decide or change some logisticals, please feel free to open a good practice sharing thread by email, since we can have some good and different ideas on how to help or find some solutions. And we would like the members to be involved in any EPSA matter where we can help, even if the decision is up to the RC and the team. More heads think better and have more ideas to face problems that we may have this mandate too. So you can count on us, and I believe in the other members too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the proposal. That's exactly what we wanted to do, to add you in the reflections. That's why I presented you all those possibilities, that we will do that. Okay, KNPSV.
Kati, KNPSV Netherlands, we would just like to remind you that it would be great to propose a meeting soon before the online LS meeting to discuss this within the executive and RC. Thank you.
Yeah, Maeva?
Maeva, VPIA. Yes, thank you, Kadi, for the comments. But yes, indeed, we are already in discussion to schedule a meeting very soon with the RC to discuss everything. Unfortunately, we had to focus lately on the online Autumn Assembly and the GA. That's why this was a bit delayed, but we scheduled the meeting now, and we will go through the whole proposals that they showed you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Maeva.
EPSA Turkey, will you share the presentation with us in Google Groups?
Gauthier, Chairperson AC 2021. I'm sorry, could you just explain again? I didn't hear very well. Yeah.
EPSA Turkey, can you share the presentation with us in Google Groups, LS Google Groups?
Okay, of course, there is no problem for this. Svetlana?
Svetlana Alumna, I was wondering if you have a deadline for you, or have you discussed any timeline? By when will you decide which type of event you would be able to organize, whether it will be live, whether it would be hybrid, whether it would be online? Because I think a lot of the questions that are arising are actually dependent on the type of event you will eventually have. So what would be the final date by when you would say, okay, from this moment on, we can only go in online mode or anything like that?
Thank you for your question, Gauthier, AC 2021, Chairperson. So for this question, we will just discuss it with EPSA team in the upcoming days or weeks with this meeting we have to schedule. But anyway, we will have to take a decision before, I would say, before December, mid-December, something like this, the end of the year, because we will have to launch for any registration or something like this, but it's really depending on registrations and everything like this. So we will have to discuss with EPSA team and to make it perfect. Mihai?
Mihai, President, to maybe sum up a bit and add a bit more information. So as you have seen in the presentation, there was a hint at maybe postponing the registrations. I can tell you that the executive has been discussing to give the RC the possibility to postpone the first registration period in order to have, to know exactly what people will be registering for. And I think I can say at the moment that when the registrations will be open, everyone will know what kind of event this will be.
Thank you very much, Mihai. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So if there is no more questions, I'd like to thank you all for listening, and do not hesitate to contact me or any one of the RC to just give some ideas, or if you ask questions, do not hesitate. Yeah, we'll pass back facilitation, no problem. And Maeva, just go.
Yes, thank you, Gauthier. Yeah, thank you for the presentation and all the ideas and proposals that you put on behalf of the team and the executive. Yeah, thank you for still working on this Congress and your proactivity in finding different ways and solutions for the Congress to happen. As I mentioned, we will work even closely now to make sure that we find the best solution and come back with answers to all the participants and LSs.
Thank you. Mihai?
Mihai, President, completely agree with Maeva. Will not double that. What I will add on top of that is that you should not be afraid to approach us with anything. Basically, if you want to brainstorm about something, don't feel afraid to approach us. If you need input, don't be afraid to go to members as well, because they are also dealing with events. They are also dealing with these problems. And out of 30 ideas, I am absolutely sure some good ideas will be found. And on top of that, thank you very much for the amazing communication we are having.
Thank you for this, Mihai. So bye everyone. Thank you very much. Stay at home to make the AC happen. And I will pass back the facilitation to the PC.
Thank you, Gauthier. Please mute yourself. Thanks. And if PC can make the spreadsheet, the presentation visible again. Mihai with the bullshit.
Yeah, Mihai, President, please make stay at home to make AC happen the motto or something.
Okay, the next point on the agenda is the 23rd EPSA Summer University 2021. And for this, I would like to give Jenka the floor. Yes, Janka, you can go.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can see me. I think Mihai had technical that I had also before. Yes, thank you. It's 22nd EPSA Summer University since, yeah, it was changed because of the previous one that had to be cancelled. Okay, so now I'll try to share the presentation. I will try to be quick, since the presentation we shared already at the team meeting. Can everybody see my screen? I should also. Do you see also the people, the faces, so that I know if I can just. Okay. So thank you very much for the word. So I would like to present the EPSA Summer University update for the reception committee. For the agenda, yeah, there are several topics that we would like to share with you. Mostly we were focusing on the PR recently and the communication and the helping team. We had several handover meetings and so on. So let's start. There is our beautiful reception committee. Next time, maybe we will manage to also put our names there. Just for your information, we are now 11. So we lost one RC member, but we already managed to facilitate her work, and we are, I think we are doing very well with our workload. So next slide. Yeah, for the handover meetings. So since DRC members were mostly fresh people and we wanted them to feel as much as comfortable with their roles, we managed to facilitate several handover meetings. So they were quite successful. We learned a lot, and we will learn still, because we have a beautiful support from the EPSA side, and all the past RCs are that let me express really big thanks to you guys. And we have had several meetings with the people from our university and also the SPSA. Next one. Regarding the communication, as I previously mentioned on the team meeting, it really improved since the past team meeting, and we have excellent communication with the events coordinator, education department, VPI, and all of you guys. You are very responsive. We are really thankful for that. And also, since yesterday, we have finally the groups for the easier communication with the EPSA team members and the past RCs. So this is very amazing. And yeah, we are communicating on the regular basis and also with the past RCs and the SPSA as well. Our focus was past months also to gather the helping team. Since this first event in Slovakia, we were trying to really push the promotion of EPSA itself within our students and also the event. So we are sharing it within the SPSA and also with another association in Slovakia, APSK in Košice. So they are very helpful, and we had already 2 online info meetings for our students, including the week of the foreign opportunities. So we presented EPSA as well itself and our project, and the next meeting will be this month. So also we created a lot of promo materials for our students, and we are trying to communicate with them on the regular basis, and preparing some nice activities for them so that they are motivated and maybe to grow up a new generation of RC for next time in the future. And yeah, if we don't manage to gather the helping team in Slovakia, we also discussed the possibility for the opening of the international call helpers. It's not the news, it happened also in the past, so stay tuned if you want to be the part of it as well. You might have a chance. And yeah, so here you can see also something from the newsletter that Matka created with DRC for us. It was a kind of newsletter for our students to know that the event is happening, and if they want to join that, they are highly welcome, everyone. And yeah, regarding the financial updates, so we have settled the bank account already, and I and Mario, our treasurer, have the access to it. We have some balance on it since we had to have some money, so SPSA supported us with that according to the agreement. And we have 2 golden partners. Thanks God, it's moving, so we are happy with that. There are already some expenses as well, as you can see. So yeah, regarding the partnership meetings, we started more intensely working on the partners. So our sponsorship officer, Martin, does his work very well, trying to contact the companies. We had several meetings working on the contracts and trying to share the strategies and with the other people as well, with the EPSA people, with the SPSA, and so on, so that we can get as great experience as possible for our participants. Okay, regarding the logistics, we are now working with the communicating with the hotel regarding the contract. We were not sure if there is a possibility to insure the event, to get some insurance or something regarding the corona, but the communication is quite excellent. So we do believe that there won't be some huge problems with this. And yeah, several food company catering have been approached. We have some partners for the social program, really rich programs. So it's really cool. You will see. And we have a DJ. We have some fall groups to perform during the evenings. We agreed one distillery, yeah, actually two, Karlov with the production of the Tati and also the Nestville, the US company. We managed to get the free entrance for all the participants on the boats at the Štrbské Pleso at High Tatras. So really nice experience, you will see as well. And bowling for the participants throughout the whole event and many other stuff. Really, RC is doing a good job. Regarding the hotel, so as I said, there is a contract in progress. The communication is a little bit slower now because the hotel is closed now because of the situation. So we all need to be patient, I guess. Okay, regarding the transportation, we also have several companies approached, and we will see according to the budget if we have enough to order the personal private companies, or we will use the public transport. Then we managed to get to the contact and let's say create an agreement with the state company, railways, that we agreed that under certain conditions we will get the free tickets for all the participants, students participants, the way from the west to east, so throughout the whole Slovakia, and create some cards that you can use also afterwards since you are students, and also secure 2 big wagons just solely for the EPSA participants. So this is really big news. I see some messages. Okay. Regarding the social program, I already discussed. We have a lot of news and a lot of free activities. For the team, we have also the castle for free for the participants, the boats and the excursions, and the online public health campaigns. We discussed the topic with EPSA. This is what I wanted to show you, the PR materials. We have already some t-shirt designs for the ARSOM team and the participants with the national colors. We are printing the stickers and a lot of other promo materials. You can see also our websites. We have Facebook, Instagram, and the promo video that I would love to share with you. If I still have time, it's 1 minute and 57 seconds. So I would really love to share. And we have also a website in progress that will be under the SPSA official website, and it will be shared in following months with you as well. So yeah, do I have still the time for the promo video because it's amazing, or do you want to see only the link? And if not, then yeah, amazing. then I thank you for your attention. And if you have questions, then you can ask after the video. Or, yeah, Maeva.
Yes, sorry, Anka, you do not have the facilitation due to the fact that we're a bit delayed on the agenda. So yes, let's see the promotion video, and after that we can take Maeva's direct new points.
Okay. Please let me just know if you are able to see, and if it is lagging, just so I will try to allow the computer. Okay, and share it now. Can you see it? Okay. Maybe I can stop sharing. Excuse me for the. So again. Can you see now the video? Okay, great. Okay, so this is it.
Thank you, Janka, for that video. Now we can take Maeva.
Hello, Maeva VPIA. Yes, thank you very much, Janka. Thanks to you and to the whole RC for all your motivation and your dedication to host this event. We know that it's difficult times, and yeah, we can have some doubts from time to time, but you keep being proactive and making everything that you can to have the best event, and just be sure that we will be there to support you and to help you through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Maeva. Are there any more questions for Janka? I see none. Then, Janka, thank you for the presentation. And we can move on to the next point on the agenda. That is EPSA Compendium. Yes, Mihai?
Mihai, President. So the document was sent to the GE package. According to the discussion we had in the OD's meeting, some small amendments were made and everything was shared on time for everyone to see. I would have nothing else to comment, so I think we can move on to the motion.
Okay, thank you, Mihai. Then I read the motion. The 16th EPSA General Assembly adopts the updated version of the EPSA Compendium as an official document. I open the floor for discussion. Mihai with a technical.
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussion on the motion.
And I read the motion again. The 16th EPSA General Assembly adopts the updated version of the EPSA Companion as an official document. Please vote for, against, or abstain in the chat. Okay, so we counted 25 votes and we need 26. And PC is filling in the spreadsheet right now, so it will take some more time. I believe we are missing a vote from VEF Spain. If you can vote. Yes, so please pay attention next time. This is taking too much time and we are a little bit late on the agenda. So now we have 26 votes for, so the motion is Carried unanimously. And we can move on to the next point on the agenda, the EPSA Important Decisions document. Sorry. Yes, so I read the motion. The 16th EPSA General Assembly adopts the updated version of the Important Decision document. I open the floor for discussion. Mihai?
Mihai, President, I think small corrections were also done to it, and I think everything was shared in the GA package as well. For now, this is what we are proposing to add and send. For later, based on the discussions we will have with Eva and based on her advice and based on everything else that will happen, we will maybe change it once again at the EC. This is something that is not usually done, but maybe we'll add everything that happened to Corona if everything is over, and then we'll continue with the normal way of doing things to change it at AA. Thank you.
Thank you, Mihai. Any more comments or questions? Mihai with the technical.
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussions.
And I read the motion again. The 16th EPSA General Assembly adopts the updated version of the Important Decisions document. Please vote for, against, or abstain in the chat. Okay, we counted 26 votes for, so the motion is carried unanimously. And with this, I pass facilitation to Bianca.
Thank you. Now we can move on to the next point on the agenda, that's executive motions. And I will read the first motion PC receives from the executive. The 60th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA executive to investigate the creation of a self-sustainable trainers fund aimed at increasing EPSA trainers' engagement in EPSA activities and to facilitate the delivery of live trainings to EPSA members. The results of this investigation shall be presented at the 61st EPSA General Assembly. I open the floor for discussion. Mihai?
Mihai, President, so this is coming to prolong somehow the working statement number 5, the one that members were questioned about. What small changes we have decided to add here is to make to investigate the possibility to make the fund self-sustainable, because we do not believe that the EPSA budget can support this at the moment. But if we find any way to make it self-sustaining, to make it pay for itself somehow, we believe that this will be indeed a good thing. And as for how the money can be distributed and so on, we already have several ideas, but we still need to see how to tackle the financial side. So this is why we are proposing to somehow postpone that investigation until the next General Assembly.
AFOP?
Marlene, AFOP Austria. We were just wondering if the next General Assembly is enough time to find a self-sustaining way, since we believe this is quite a big topic.
Mihai, Visa Direct?
Mihai, President, I believe the fund itself can be somehow implemented and merged with everything that is going on in terms of the restructure. So this is somehow why we want it done until the next GP. If it will not be possible, we will leave everything that we have so far written, all the ideas, everything for the next executive, and we'll postpone it once again. But this is something we do not wish to happen.
Mihai, with a technical?
Mihai, President, I see no other points on the speaking list, so I close the floor for discussions on the motion.
Thank you. The 60th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA Executive to investigate the creation of a self-sustainable trainers fund aimed at increasing EPSA trainers' engagement in EPSA activities and to facilitate the delivery of live trainings to EPSA members. The results of this investigation shall be presented at the 61st EPSA General Assembly. Please vote for, against, or abstain in the chat. Okay, we have 26 votes for. The motion was carried unanimously. Next motion, the 60th EPSA General Assembly accepts the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021 reception committee proposal to delay the start of the registrations to a later date, which should start no later than the 1st of February 2021. The first registration period shall not be shorter than 4 weeks. The fees for the EPSA Annual Congress shall be decided upon by a reception committee and shall not exceed 325 euros in the first registration period. By this, Article 22.4.5 of the EPSA Terms of Reference as per 58th General Assembly shall be suspended until the 25th of April 2021. I open the floor for discussion on this motion. Mihai?
Mihai, President, we have a lot of text here and it is all very technical, but the matter at hand is quite simple. As it was said by the RC of the 43rd AC, they would like to postpone the start of the registrations, and this is everything that needs to be done in order to allow them. We have kept everything the same maximum fee for the first registration period. The 4 weeks are there to balance everything out as much as possible. So yes, this is to give them the opportunity to see exactly what they will be open the registrations for.
Mihai with the technical?
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussions.
Okay, the 60th EPSA General Assembly accepts the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021 Reception Committee proposal to delay the start of the registrations to a later date, which should start no later than the 1st of February 2021. The first registration period shall not be shorter than 4 weeks. The fees for the EPSA Annual Congress shall be decided upon by the Reception Committee and shall not exceed €325 in the first registration period. By this Article 22.4.5 of the EPSA Terms of Reference as per 58th General Assembly shall be suspended until the 25th of April 2021. Please vote for, against, or abstain in the chat. Okay, we have 26 votes for. Motion was carried unanimously. Next, the 60th EPSA General Assembly mandates the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021 Reception Committee to prioritize the alumni that gained their alumni status after the 1st of May 2020 when registering for the alumni weekend within the limits of the available spots. I open the floor for discussion on this motion. Mihai?
Mihai, President. So because the event was postponed and members of the 1920 EPSA team have given up already the registrations, and there is also a high probability to have quite some LSs that will not be able to attend the event anymore as official delegates, and then the whole registration procedure will be complicated with all the waiting lists and the country quotas and so on. We are proposing for the alumni weekend to prioritize first come, first served. First, everyone that became alumni after the AC was supposed to happen, and then everyone else, like to create a waiting list or to prioritize these people first. This will not mean that people will lose their spot at the alumni weekend or something. It is just what can be done on top of what we already have.
AFOP?
Marlene AFOP Austria. We agree with this motion. We were just wondering if this also prioritizes them over the HLMs, because in our opinion, HLMs have earned the status and should have a spot if they want to. Thank you.
Mihai with a direct?
Mihai, President, the current text of the motion does not prioritize them, but you are raising a fair point. If I may have a short minute to discuss within the executive to see if we want to rephrase it or not. Thank you very much.
Patrick with the technical?
Patrick, alumnus. If I look at the most recent HLMs, that would be Sarah, Eva, Guy is also very active. I think those three already registered for the alumni weekend. So I don't think there are any other HLMs that would apply for the alumni weekend.
Mihai with a new point.
Mihai, President, thank you very much, Patrick, for the input. And also, this is what we are currently discussing in the executive. Like, this is the first concern raised that everyone that is HLM and wanted to apply could have applied already. The aim of the motion is to give a possibility to people that are not alumni at the moment to still apply and to still have a chance. So we do not see the point in actually amending the motion. Thank you.
Mihai with a technical.
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussions.
Thank you. The 60th EPSA General Assembly mandates the 43rd EPSA Annual Congress 2021 Reception Committee to prioritize the alumni that gained their alumni status after the 1st of May 2020 when registering for the alumni weekend within the limits of available spots. Please type for, against, or abstain in the chat. We have 25 votes. We'll go for the spreadsheet now. "26 votes. Please pay attention. The motion was carried unanimously. This was the last point of the agenda for this session. Mihai, the technical.
Mihai, President, we are only 10 minutes delayed, fortunately. We will suspend for the moment. We will come back at 2 p.m. We'll start with AISFA Italy's application, then we'll vote TOR change laid on the table. Then we'll proceed to member motions and review the list of working statements. And based on how fast these go, we will see if we'll go into the third session or not. If we can keep everything under 2 hours, we will compress it into 2. Thank you for attending so far, and I will invite Daniela to perform the roll call.
My pleasure. Okay, I'm just gonna find the spreadsheet. All right. Austria, VIII, Belgium, SAPM, Bosnia, Herzegovina, BPHC, Bulgaria, CPSA, Croatia, USF, Czech Republic, CIRS, Estonia, FIPSA, Finland, ANEP, France, BPHD, Germany, GPSF, Greece, HIPSA, Hungary, EPSA, Ireland, LPSA, Latvia, SFD, Lithuania, MPSA, North Macedonia, KEDO, ENDO, ESDO, VIDO, the Netherlands, NOPS, Honorary, PPSA, Poland, TAPF, Portugal, FAS, Romania, NAPSR, Serbia, SPSA, Slovakia, SHISTOP, Slovenia, FEF, Spain, SNAP, Sweden, ASF, Switzerland, UPSA, International, Turkey, BPSA, United Kingdom. Okay, we have 26 voting members present.
And I suspend the standing orders. Have a good lunch, everyone.